Warning, this video will contain some light spoilers and tastefully executed partial nudity. Even spacefaring intergalactic homicidal badasses need to relax every once in a while. So after a hearty chunks breakfast and a murderous rampage, I noticed a little bit of muscle soreness, which of course means I need a vacation. Side note, Vasco really should announce himself before these doors open because I was cocked, locked, and ready to rock. You got lucky this time, buddy. So I neutralized a few more ecliptic mercenaries purely because I hate their helmets. Looted the bodies, and I was on my way to the most underdeveloped vacation spot in the settled systems, the Eleos Retreat. As soon as I got there, I was welcomed by a very public and volatile argument happening in the front yard, which was not unlike a few places that I have lived.
And now half my crew thinks your little band of convicts is just waiting to drag us off and scrap us for organs.
Immediately, I find out that this vacation spot is headed up by former criminals, which doesn't bother me because I don't mind stealing and I have a bloodlust that may never be sated.
I'd get out of here while you can.
These are my people. The construction workers are not former criminals, however, and were contracted, which is good because otherwise I don't think I would set foot in the building otherwise. That is not me being judgmental, just concerned for my safety. I offer to get all up in their business because I am on vacation, and this might give me the chance to do what I love most, killing. I head inside and meet the scariest ex-criminal I have ever seen, and his name is Greg. And it turns out he might not be as reformed as you'd think because here he is committing crimes against fashion right in plain view. You disgust me, Greg.
Who are you? Can't the guy heal in peace?
He tells me that he found some tracks that might belong to Killman. Oh, wait, okay. Killman got kidnapped. Killman. Wait a minute. Killman? This guy's name is Killman. I don't know anything about him, but we might be best friends. I decide to poke around this quote-unquote resort a bit more, and I find a chair near some dark water in a cave that was clearly either a place to center yourself and find inner peace, or it's a timeout chair for being naughty. A lot of naughty boys and girls here. Outside, I see why they chose this planet for the retreat because it is quite breathtaking. Before long, I find the cave where I'm supposed to find Killman, and inside I find some dangerous and sort of hilarious creatures called glow hands. You might be wondering how they got their name. They have hands that glow. Well, these glow hands get aggressive, so I throw hands. And that's the kind of high quality writing that you can always expect from Normal People Gaming, so make sure you subscribe right now and tell your friends. I navigate the cave and find Killman, who mistakes me for a sadomasochist of some kind.
Oh God, please don't put me back in the bag. I'll do whatever you say, just please, not the bag.
And he also tells me that he's hungry.
And I've got no food and I'm so hungry and
I don't know why he's so hungry. This cave is chock full of delicious glow hands. After I take one down, I notice that Killman himself is armed? I'm not sure how this dude got himself kidnapped. We head outside into the dark woods and I scan a few plants because I am nothing if not scientifically inquisitive. I also shoot a bug because their blood is purple, and that's fun.
Killman's back!
When we get back, everyone is standing outside in the dark, and I worry that I accidentally interrupted something cult-like and possibly sexual in nature. Luckily, they were just waiting for us to get back. They're happy that Killman is alive, and we have a lead on the kidnappers.
I'm not
interested in excuses.
They ask for more help, and I say yes, because more than anything in this world, I love money, and I am expecting a reward. I reflect a little bit more on the fact that this place really needs some lights, and then I head into the saddest 7-Eleven I've ever seen. And I meet the proprietor, who is also an ex-criminal, of course, because they all are, and I do the polite thing, and I immediately ask her what she did.
Got me for digital intrusion and grand larceny.
She wastes no time in telling me, which makes me think that she's a little bit proud of it and therefore not fully rehabilitated. The system is broken.
So bored I can't get my eyes to focus.
The next morning I head out into the rain because it's more dramatic, and I start my search for the kidnapper's base. On my way there, I encounter a couple of beasts called hunting nightmares, but the only nightmares here will be in the minds of their orphaned children as they sleep. I have a staring contest with a beetle crab grazer, which I feel like was named by Dr. Seuss. Finally, I reach the abandoned outpost where we believe the kidnappers are bunking together and probably gossiping in their quiet nights between kidnappings. Inside, I encounter a number of murderous robots that need to be shut down with extreme prejudice, but so far, no kidnappers. I reach the room where they were having their sleepover, and the proximity of these cots confirms what I suspected. They were mad sharing hot goss. They could have had any room in the entire building, separate rooms even, and they bunked in the same room. They were definitely talking about movies and boys. I find a data slate with a bunch of gibberish on it, which I assume is very important, and I take it. When I get back, I walk into a clear intervention that they are all having for Greg to please start wearing normal pajamas. I really hope Greg gets the help that he needs.
Not a lot to go on.
I hand over the slate, and Monica uses her elite hacker skills to find out exactly who's behind this.
Oh, it's encoded.
2 people. Should be an easy job. But as it turns out, everyone disagrees with how to deal with these 2 kidnappers.
I'm sure we can find a way to solve this issue, which won't require bloodshed.
They're bounty hunters. We pay them to leave us alone.
Let's have our friend here get the drop on him and send him to the great beyond.
Sad to say it, but I'm on Greg's side here. You know what, buddy? You wear whatever weird child flying to Neverland pajamas you want. I head back to the robot graveyard and I wait for the kidnappers to return. Oh my god, you 2 are inseparable. I start out nicely and unarmed because I'm a gentleman, but also because I want to know what their angle is. But make no mistake, I've got the green light to take them down, and I don't like to pass up a good time. Turns out they are bounty hunters, and they don't want too many programs out there like the Eleos Retreat, because my god, could you imagine if we actually rehabilitated criminals? What a world that would be. I have high persuasion skills, so I could talk them out of it, but that's less fun than a gunfight, so I skip over that, and I start blam blam blam. So before long, this is all over. Time flies when you're having fun.
This is hopeless! I'm out!
I head back to the Eleos Retreat and let them know I killed 2 human people and felt no remorse, and everyone thanks me.
I'd hoped it wouldn't come to that.
I thought this chapter was closed, but I've been asked to speak privately with Nevin, who reveals that they have a secret benefactor. And then he wants me to go talk to her. So I head to Aquila and I talk to a guy with the last name Sneed, who is clearly in the wrong business. With a name like Sneed, I'm thinking you should be, I don't know, a butler? But his voice is way too badass, I guess.
You decide to get playful with that weapon, we're going to have serious problems.
Finally, the mission reaches the ultimate climax, a sit-down meeting.
Please, take a seat. Now, you may already know who I am. Raisha Lance, CEO, Laredo Firearms.
And Raisha does what all rich CEOs do. She assumes I already know who she is. Lady, I don't. She wanted me to give her the lowdown, so I do, because I'm an open book.
Lily, make sure we get a copy of all that, will you?
Yes, Miss Lance.
Lily really enjoys her work. Finally, she gives me some legendary gear, which I really appreciate, and immediately sell for cold, hard credits. I head back to check on Eleos Retreat and see that all of the construction workers are just walking around and, not constructing, which is just classic. I find Greg inside wearing regular clothes and not a powder blue onesie, so I am so proud of how far he's come. I ask Sloan how long before they can open, and she gives me a long explanation, which basically means she has no idea.
It's hard to say for certain.
And finally, a nameless construction worker says that he's happy that Kilman is back, but not without explicitly insulting him.
Good having Kilman's lazy tail back.
I jump into the little crystal spa that they've got because, hey, I came here to relax. And afterwards, I check in with everyone one last time before I leave, while also testing the boundaries of their comfort levels in regards to the nude human form. If you have another mission in Starfield you want us to cover, or even another game entirely, please leave a comment down below. This is the Game Tourist signing off for now, but for more content like this, consider checking out our Patreon and supporting us there. With your support, we can make so much more content.